And I'll never forget, I don't know if you ever heard of Jack Hillmeyer.
Yes.
He would stand on the sidelines. He'd never sit down in a ball game. And if you were doing good, you didn't hear Jack say anything. But if you were on the playing field, you would hear him say, "You're playing like a bunch of washwomen." I don't know what he meant, but I mean, and I'll never forget the next week, I saw him uptown or somewhere, and he jumped me. He said, "Flowers, why in the world did you throw a pass backed up on your 14-yard line?" He didn't let me forget it.
Well, it sounded like you hit it right in the hands.
Well, things happen. How many tip passes that we've seen that they should have caught, and
That's true.
but it's just one of those things. I tell you, if Larry would have had some good passers throwing to him, he would have been one of the outstanding receivers in our time.
He had speed.
And he had hands, and look at his long arms. I mean, you throw it within a yard or two of Larry, and you had a completion. I mean, I always looked to Larry first. If he wasn't open, then I got desperate.
What's some of the best catches that you had? Any that stand out?
Oh, I don't recall right offhand. I didn't catch too many, I don't think.
No, don't let him be right.
But I think if James had been throwing, we would have had a better chance. You know, a lot of times, Bill Underwood, my cousin, who was supposed to be here today, I think. But anyway, he was a good player, but I don't think he was as good a passer as James. But see, back when we went out for different positions, when I first went out, I never had the first idea where I was even going to play. They just, you know, like I said, we didn't have enough people, so they just stuck you where they needed somebody. So I wound up on in, and that's where I played for 2 years.
I seen Larry though throw a pass. I'd throw him a pass, and he'd reach out with that big meat hook and bring it in one-handed. I mean, I could depend on Larry to catch it. I mean, it was a pleasure to throw to him, because I knew that if I got it within 2 or 3 or 4 yards of him, it was good.
What's some players that really stood out y'all senior year? Some of your teammates that you thought were really good football players?
Well, Billy was a good runner.
Yeah, he was a good runner.
He was
He was a good runner, yeah.
And I remember Luke Burns played fullback for us, and he was a steady player. He wasn't a flashy player or outstanding, but if you needed a yard or two, Luke would get it for you. And Buddy Wallace played fullback.
Yeah.
And those two were pretty dependable. You could, and they tried. I mean, they from the old school.
Right.
They fit right in with Coach Meredith, because they worked hard, and they tried to do better every practice or every game. And most of us did. I mean, back then it was either play football or nothing.
Right.
Around here, I mean, we didn't have any Burger Kings or whatever. We'd go down to the drugstore and get a milkshake for 10 cents and read all the comic books in the store. They let us, but
Sometimes we'd get to go to the movies on Saturday.
You know, we didn't have weights and stuff like that. I don't know when they got them or started getting them, you know, for people to work out with, but they never had none of that when we was here. That all came after we left.
Right.
It sure did.
Well, did y'all do some things like push-ups and chin-ups and things like that?
yeah, we did that.
We
but
did that, but
Didn't
only
have-
way we got anybody built up if you went out on a farm or somewhere and worked like a slave, you know. I mean, lifting.
I was born and raised on a farm, but you know, and we still didn't, you know, you just didn't do that everyday
Right.
exercise like you should.
We didn't have any weight rooms.
No weight
I mean,
room.
it was.
Didn't get a track team till after I'd graduated, so couldn't run in that. No.
I think Coach Wise said that he had the first track team in 53 or 54 or something like that.
Right.
The only thing they had when I was there was football, basketball, and baseball.
That was it.
Any memories of Coach Wise? Anything that stands out or stories of?
I was going to say, I played, when Billy would go to left halfback, I would go to quarterback. And back then we ran from a single wing or a box, Notre
Single
Dame
wing.
box or whatever they called it. And Coach Wise, he'd had some coaching experience, and he ran from a T formation. So we were over there, and I told Coach Wise, I said, man, I wish we could switch to a T. He said, yeah, I do too. And he was showing me some plays, and we had a couple of backs, Billy and different ones, and he was showing me how to hand off and do different things. And who walks up but Coach Meredith? And I could tell Coach Wise just wanted to get under a rock, you know. And Coach Meredith says, what are y'all doing? We stammered and stuttered. I don't think we ever gave him an answer, but we didn't run any more T plays.
He coached the baseball team, and we won the county championship and went to play, I think it was Repton.
Mhm.
But he was a very good baseball coach.
How'd y'all do in the baseball playoffs?
We got beaten in Repton, I
I
think.
think it was, yeah. We had a pretty good little baseball
Yeah,
team.
we did.
How about Coach Tommy Robinson? You remember much about Coach Robinson?
Oh, I remember he was, when I was a senior, Edsel, he was our baseball coach, wasn't he?
No, Coach Wise was our
Was it?
senior. He was
Senior.
either the 10th or the 11th grade.
I think
okay.
Coach Wise took Coach Robinson's place, I think,
Yeah.
teaching-wise.
Okay, I got the wrong
Coach
year.
Robinson was either 10th or 11th, and
That's
I'm not
right.
sure.
You're
One of
right.
the-
I think he was
remember
both.
Coach Meredith coached baseball a couple of years, and then
Yeah.
Coach Robinson, then Coach Wise.
Yeah.
What y'all remember about Coach Robinson?
Remember he had a crew cut.
Yeah, he did that.
And he was in very, very good shape. He could do as many push-ups as anybody you've ever been around.
Yeah, he was built, I mean, I don't know if you weren't even born then, probably, Keith, but we used to play all our baseball fields up at Potts Field, which was, well, then we switched there and we played some over here on
Right.
where the new, elementary school is
Right,
at
yes.
now. We played over there, but we played some up at Potts Field when I was in the 9th or 10th grade, I forget which. And Coach Robinson was with us up there. But we played over there. Man, then somebody hit a hot grounder and you didn't know what kind of bounce it was going to take. It was not a baseball field. But we
It wasn't much
played.
of a practice field either.
Coach Meredith was coaching the baseball team, and I was on it at that particular time. Pete Black was still on the baseball team. Hugh Cole and Burrhead Canton. He was out there pitching. He was left-handed. He threw underhanded, and Pete got up there and he threw it, hit him right in the jaw. They didn't have a hospital, so I guess they took him down to Dr. Holmes's place. Well, when he hit Pete, Hugh was the next one up. And he said, Coach, if that jackass hits me, I'm going to go out there with this bat. Well, Hugh got up there, first ball, hit him right in the back. Here he goes towards it. But Coach Meredith went out there and got him before he had a chance to use the bat on Burrhead.
I mean, Keith, a guy could throw, if we had one of those guns now, he would probably rate probably around 94, 95 miles an hour.
Wow.
But he didn't know where it was
No,
going.
not a
I saw him one day warming up. He threw it and hit the backstop. Over the catcher's head a mile, hit the backstop, and the backstop was, I don't know how, it had to be farther from that water cooler. The catcher just looked going over his head, and he didn't know no more where it was going. He would just wind up or threw it, like Edsel said, almost sidearm or,
Yeah, he didn't throw it overhanded.
yeah, he didn't know where it was coming from or where it was going.